Hello people, welcome to my channel. If you're coming across my channel for the very first time, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. To my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for your support. So in today's conversation is about this African American content creator who made a video about how black immigrants, especially from the Caribbean, dislike African Americans. In her video, she said no one does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant or a black person from Caribbean or a black person from Africa. A lot of people reacted to her video. Others were opposing, while others were agreeing to her statement. This conversation has taken long, but I feel it's time to settle it in one way or the other. Anyway, I'll play her clip and as well as the stitches. At the end of the stitches, I will leave my own comment. Please don't go away.
No one, and I mean no one, does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant or like a black person from the Caribbean or a black person from Africa or wherever else in the world that doesn't like African Americans. No one. And it's not even funny anymore. I'm legit concerned because they be the greatest coons. Like, they'll say the most out-of-pocket, outlandish stereotypes or negative thing about African Americans, and I have to think to myself, where did this come from? Who told you this information? How do you know this? And it's even crazy because sometimes you'll find people that haven't even been to America, has never encountered an African American in their lives saying these things. And it's crazy because the way they talk about African Americans, you think African Americans are the furthest demographic from them, right? Put a black immigrant that can't stand African Americans on the phone and you'll be talking to a nationalist. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're thieves. This is what they do. They're criminals. This is what white people say about you. Like, you peep that, right? You understand that this is how they look at all of us combined. Like, before opening your mouth, you think white girl Becky's gonna know that you're Nigerian and the girl standing next to you is African American? Like, even if you had an accent, they'd probably say it's AAVE. At this day and age, 2024, you should not be pandering to white people. Where has it? I mean, no one does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant or like a black person.
So what this creator is saying is absolutely true. I live in Florida, so the Latinas and the black immigrants, they're a little bit of the same. I'm sorry I got to drag Latinas in this, but this is the story time that I have. I was going out with a friend, and she had friends that I didn't know. So I only knew her, and we was over her house pre-game and about to go out or whatever. So she had two other friends. She had a girl from Ghana, and it was another Latina. My friend was Latina from Puerto Rico. That was my boo. Still my boo today, but let me tell y'all the story. So she had these two other friends. They both had their dudes there, and it was a white girl there too. So it was a white girl, a black immigrant, two Puerto Rican girls, two Latina girls, and I was the only black American. Why all these bitches making jokes, except my other Latina, my first Latina friend, they making jokes about the slave ship, about black Americans in the slave trade. Then they start making colorist comments. And then the girl from Ghana, she was darker than me. But they thought that was a key. The girl from Ghana thought it was a key because she's not black American. Her ancestors didn't have to go through that slave ship. But me, I had something for these bitches. Because we going out and all y'all niggas are here. And I'm the type, I choose. I do the choosings. So we go out. Mind you, I didn't forget about these little comments. These little darky comments. These slave ship comments. And a bitch like me, girl, the girl was dancing with her dude. I took that dude hand. I took her nigga hand. And then I did like this. Like, I held his hand and I twerked all on him right in front of her. Like, girl, I would take your nigga. And then he wanted to dance with me all that night. She was hot. She was hot. She was mad as fuck. But I ain't give a fuck. Bitch, you thought she was funny? I'm gonna show you I'm funnier. Let me take your nigga. I got your nigga. And he is not leaving me alone. That man did not leave me alone all that night. And she ain't say nothing. So my best advice for black Americans, bitch, take these bitches niggas. Period.
And I mean, no one does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant.
Well, not actually, because I am a proud black American by way of Florida. And I distinctly remember in school being so anti-black. And I blame them. I do. I blame them because they taught it to us in a roundabout way. Y'all don't remember laughing at kids in school who couldn't read them people's words? They weren't forced to read. I distinctly remember all of my African brothers and sisters when we were in school being the butt of a lot of jokes. I'm not even going to hold you, a lot of them. And I blame America because it's America's fault. But I will take accountability for the part that I did play. So when they come over here and they look at us sideways, it's just a part of the game. Get to know one another personally because we're bigger than that. We're better than that. We may have been separated, but we know how to come back together.
No one, and I mean no one, does anti-blackness better than a black No one does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant.
Allow me to add on to this conversation. So, first off, one, I just hate the people that make it sound like it's so fucking one-sided. It's not ever one-sided. It's not ever. It's not one person says some fucked up shit and then the other person is like clutching their pearls, shocked, and they're the victim. It's not that type of situation. Everybody has played their fucking part. Here we are. It doesn't matter if you're from Africa, doesn't matter if you're African American, doesn't matter if you're from the West Indies. I don't give a fuck where your black ass was plopped in. Nigga, we all played our fucking part. That's it. As a collective, I'm saying, we all played our fucking part. So I was like, instead of pointing the finger at each other, what we should be pointing our finger at is fucking white supremacy. That's who the fuck we should be pointing our finger to, if we're really being honest. But also, side note, this African booty scratcher comment, that is a very fucked up comment. I'm not denying that. But however, I feel like it has a little less to do with your ethnicity, but a lot to do with the fact that you're dark skinned. Because obviously, you see what skin tone I am. I never received that comment. However, in high school, middle school, I have counterparts that are dark skinned, and they received that comment. Mind you, they're not African. Some of them were Caribbean or even African American. So I just feel like us as a community, we need to have a really, really deep dive of a conversation about colorism within the whole diaspora. But also at the same time, we need to acknowledge that certain things that we've fed to each other, it was put on us because of white supremacy. That's the only reason why. Just to keep us separated. Have a good day.
No one does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant or like a black person.
I love this topic. I can write a 5-paragraph essay on this topic. Bear with me. First of all, go watch the original video because I think she makes some really good points. And I also think that it's important that people like her, I believe she's of Haitian heritage, meaning I think her parents are Haitian immigrants, and I think she's first gen, whatever, I don't know. But I'm Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria. My parents are Nigerian, Yoruba specifically. But I can write a 5-paragraph essay on this topic. But the one part about this topic that I like to talk about is who your parents will accept. Who your parents will accept as a partner for marriage, right? I think that part speaks a lot to your culture's willingness to accept people and how they judge other people. It's always been my belief. Here are the rankings. Here are the rankings of what Nigerian parents, African parents are willing to accept, or any other group of black immigrants, whatever. So if you're Nigerian, okay, your parents, the ranking are number one, someone of your tribe. And it makes sense, right? We want to see our kids, other than being a good person, marry someone that's like us. We want to hang out with people that's like us. So same tribe. Number two, they'll take another Nigerian. So not the same tribe. They're still going to talk a little about that person. But if you're Yoruba and you marry an Igbo person, at least they're still Nigerian. Number three, white people. I'm not kidding. Number three on the list is if you bring home someone white. Number four, ethnically ambiguous, Asian, Hispanic. Number five, then you can go to someone else, maybe from Africa. So if you want to go marry a South African, Kenyan, Ethiopian. Number six, someone from the Caribbean islands. Number seven, Black Americans. You see what I'm saying? Pardon the construction in the background, please. I hope my point is still getting across. So walk with me, walk with me. Do you understand how crazy that ranking is? And now, here's where the empathy comes in. And this doesn't apply to all immigrant parents from Africa or the Caribbean. I'm just speaking in generalization from what I've observed. In fact, my parents are actually not like this. I think I trained them from a very young age. I knew I was Marcus Garvey-esque, a Pan-Africanist, if you may call me. And I told my mama, listen, I'm finna bring home a good person. You finna just accept a good person. And in her defense, she's very good with it. But can you think about how good imperialism and colonialism and America's influence on the world is to make you think that the people that essentially are you, their forefathers probably played with your forefathers, but you shipped them on a boat, and I convince you, right, that they're less than you. That's good work. That's good work. Like I said, I might have a part two.
Well, having watched the video, what do you think, guys, about what all these ladies have talked about? I don't see any point why we can be having this beef when we are all black. I was happy that in one of the stitches, someone talked about the system. Every time It's the same back and forth issue, even on podcast. The system has really divided us blacks. Let's stop this hate among us. As Africans and African Americans, because it's not taking us anywhere. It's really sad. And in the comment section, it was really hot. Everybody was defending their side. I would love to hear what you think about this video in the comment section below. And please subscribe and join this amazing family. See you in the next video. Bye and stay safe.